was a manager, I believe, and he was, I guess, when he took the subway, sometimes he would scout people. I had actually forgotten about that story, and it was uncovered yesterday, and it reminded me, yes, that's probably how it did happen.
I don't remember.
It's such a blur, but I remember that it was, you know, what I had done was a commercial to start with, so that was my first endeavor into the business.
Well, let's spread the legend. And when did you realize that you had skills for art and acting?
I think it was just, to me, it was a method of escaping and to understand that I had so much imagination because I came from a family that came from another country, and they were both met in New York City, and I felt that we had very few resources, more so than maybe other people around me, and I wanted to kind of almost run away from my own life sometimes. And the art of, you know, the television at the time was only 3 channels, was my way of, you know, thinking if I could just go into the television, I could live a shinier, happier life.
And before television or publicity, what was your actress training? Did you go to a school? Did you have a teacher? Did you study dance or theater?
I think it was just life.
It's the best school.
Life was my teacher. You know, I think part of the ritual of learning and growing and you know, listening, and I think I spoke about it yesterday at the award ceremony, that I had grown up wishing that I had more privilege in my life or resources, and that it really turned out to be my greatest gift not having that. The absence of that gave me so much more, you know, breath of the world, and feeling some pain when you're younger is a way to access that when you need it for your art.
And at the beginning of your career, did you have inspirational artists, actors and actresses, or only people from real life?
I think people from real life. I think the subway is a good way to learn. I mean,
your parents,
honestly,
your family, your parents?
My family was very against going into art because they really didn't feel it was going to be a secure way to take care of myself financially, which is because it's so insecure. It's a very unpredictable career. And you know, what does it mean? You know, when you see something, a product that's already finished, what is that? You know, how do you do that, right? And there's an art to it, and when there's mystery, I think there's fear. You know, some people are into mystery and some people are not, and I don't think they were into mystery.
You act in a lot of very different films and very different media. Was it your method, and do you have a method to create a character on screen? Is it not always the same, but do you have a method, or is it a reinvention for each time, for each new film, each new character?
It's definitely a dive into the script first. The first time I read a script, I make notes all the time, because it's the first fresh moment that I'm seeing all of the characters, not just mine. And it's a way to cinema, you know, in your mind you're creating this cinema, and you're seeing it and you're hearing it. And when I feel in that moment that I'm reading it that it would be different, I make a note. And when you read it the second time, you've already seen the movie, so you need to, you know, make sure you don't forget those notes, because I think the more you get used to something, it's like you have something like a rock in your bed and you sleep in it. The first time you're like uncomfortable, and then as time goes on you can't be bothered and you just live with the rock. So for me, I try to see what's there and what's lumpy before I actually get into it. And I think for me, repetition and really immersing myself into the dialogue helps me to then become very comfortable with that, so that it becomes part of me, and then when we're filming it becomes very natural.